Hello and good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for this lunchtime news edition. With me, Wadulo, Mark, Arnold. You're watching UBC TV, inspiring Uganda. We now start off with our top story. President Museveni, who is also the Commander-in-Chief of the Uganda People's Defense Forces, has said that the Air Force has played a big role in the fight against the ADF rebels. General Museveni made these remarks at an Air Command and Leadership Training Institute in Nakasongola district, where he presented a lecture of opportunity to 62 Air Forces officers who have completed a Squadron Officers Course Intake number 1 that lasted 28 weeks. The President also commissioned the institute and passed out the officers. He observed that the UPDF is providing security so that the society gets time to work for change. President Museveni also noted that the 4 principles that must be observed towards attaining prosperity of the people. He noted that the first principle is to promote patriotism as a prerequisite towards getting prosperity. He paid tribute to UPDF for job well done when it launched an attack on the ADF rebels in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo on November 30th, 2021. He observed that the training of an Air Force pilot takes 35 hours at a rate of $10,000 per hour. The President noted that Air Force pilots were currently earning 4 million shillings per month and said that this package was not sufficient. He assured them that they would pay them a revised sum upwards as soon as the resources are available. He said that it was crucial for the officers to remain alive by taking care of their lives. He warned them against being promiscuous, adding that alcoholism was very dangerous. He warned them against stealing fuel and congratulated the graduates for passing out and wished them good luck. He commended the Army leadership for the good job well done, and the President also commended the best performers of the achievement. The UPDF Air Force Commander Lieutenant General Charles Lutaya said that the Uganda Air Force Academy was launched in 2009, and he presented the President for more training slots for the Air Force. The Commandant of the Institute, Colonel James Muhwezi, saluted President Museveni for establishing the institute. He said that the facility has got 3 schools in the same campus.
Now I'm glad that my people are moving slowly on your remuneration, because my guidance is that, look here, those Wanyankole, they have their proverbs. They say, "Tuingane eturaha marwa."
In line with improving the health facilities in the country, the International Hospital Kampala has officially opened up a new revamped outpatient department as a first point of contact for patients and medical employees. The OPD is to provide outpatient consultations by the general practitioners, give access to a wide range of doctors and medicine, give a database of medical history depending on the patient's visit. The CEO of International Hospital Kampala, Sukmit Sandhu, attributes how this innovation is suitable for minor surgical procedures and beneficial to the public. Let's take a look at these details.
Ushered into a room by waiting times, the way processing takes place. We are working on that part also. There are 2 parts. A is the physical part, B is the processes part. You do these 2 well, and you have a great rewarding experience for the patient.
People have run to Nairobi, South Africa, to India. We want to change that. And that's not just for IHK, that's for all of us. And I know there's representatives from the other hospitals here as well. That's for all of us to make a difference today, to move the medical sphere forward, to find out what your niche is and complement what somebody else is doing.
In another development, the Girls for Girls International Organization in Uganda has launched a podcast dubbed Highway, intended to inspire more women and girls into positions of leadership in our communities. The first season of the Highway podcast features voices of various women in Uganda and Iceland sharing experiences of how to overcome gender inequities both at the workplace and at home. The producer Soler highlights that as we celebrate women in March, more media channels like these need to be utilized to amplify the women empowerment message across various programs.
It's one of those things where you don't know it unless you see it, right? When I was growing up, my generation was very fortunate. We actually saw the women empowerment movement. We were able to see the first female vice president. We were able to see our first chief justice, who happened to be female. We have a president who was fully behind supporting women. Uganda actually has one of the highest percentages when it comes to women's representation in politics. But it extended beyond politics. We actually saw it in, I would say, in the arts and culture. We saw it in business. We saw a lot of women doing amazing things for themselves. It can go way beyond whatever you think you're supposed to. One of the things that I did with a separate group when we went to Makerere University to talk to the, I think it was the drama department, is after we had a talk with the young girls there, that we had some of them come and talk to us and say, you know, I didn't think what you're doing was possible. And I was questioning, like, well, what do you mean what I do? I said, well, I didn't know women could direct, that they could write, that they could actually edit, all these things. This is just 2019. This is not that far back when someone actually, a young lady told me that, because she already felt that pressure of, I know that I have, once I leave university, I have to get married, I know I have to have kids, and I'm not going to be able to balance. I even saw it amongst our own fellow comrades in media, who had to balance being the family person at the same time also being the professional person.
This project has been 2 years in the making because of COVID. I'm going to share a bit about Project Girls for Girls. And Project Girls for Girls was born out of Harvard University when a group of women who were in 2016 doing their masters in public leadership decided to share some of the ideas that came out of the program that they were doing. And so these ladies came from Iceland, from Uganda, they came from the USA, Malaysia, India, Pakistan, and one of the critical things they saw is that from the spaces they came from the countries, the continents they were from, they realized that they had one common challenge. There were few women in public leadership.
So behind it as well, pushing.
The Minister for Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Judith Nabakova, has decried the continued forceful evictions of Ugandans. During today's Bruce brief at Uganda Media Center, Lands Minister Judith Nabakova re-echoed the presidential directives against evictions. Let's listen to what she says.
This is why the President's new directive is very important to all Ugandans. I want to thank His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who came out with a directive on evictions. And we hope the directive will put an end to this unfortunate practice. In his directive, the President commands as follows: no eviction should be allowed to take place in a district without the District Security Committee, chaired by the RDC, who will call for a meeting, and they will be consulting me directly. He also said, if this is not done and evictions take place, the President will take action on all members of the District Security Committee, except the UPDF representative because he or she may not know the substance of the issues involved. His Excellency, the President requested His Lordship, the Chief Justice, to prevail over the magistrates and judges from violating the Constitution by illegally evicting people in collusion with land grabbers. The President also directed the Minister of Lands to inform the Attorney General about abuses by the judicial officers so that legal action can be taken on them. I therefore want to call upon the District Security Committee to take note of the President's directive. I will be issuing a circular to all RDCs and CAWs on the implementation of this directive. I have already addressed the RDCs on this matter through a meeting that was convened by the Minister for Presidency. The District Security Committee must now adjust their terms of reference to include implementing this.
Parliament has unanimously voted to remove Mityana Municipality Member of Parliament Francis Zake from the position of a parliamentary commissioner. 155 MPs voted against, 4 in favor of the motion raised by the Laibi Badege Division Member of Parliament, Ojara Mapenduzi, who asserts that legislator Francis Zake's demeaned the reputation and integrity of Parliament after he used unparliamentary language against the Deputy Speaker of Parliament. This followed the majority report with amendments by the Committee on Rules, Privileges and Discipline, which was adopted with consideration of MP Francis Zake to physically apologize to Parliament for his dubious actions. The ball now gets back to the Kamocha-based National Unity Platform to fill up the space to replace MP Zake's position of the Commissioner of Parliament.
153, 154, 155.
For close to 4 hours, the debate on the misconduct of the Mityana Municipality Member of Parliament Francis Zake succeeded in the dark hours of Thursday 10th March 2022 with a decision to remove MP Zake from the Parliament Commission.
In favor 155, against 4, abstentions 0, invalid votes 2.
Honorable members, those in favor of the motion moved by Honorable Mapenduzi, having obtained the required 50 plus 1, which is having obtained 155 votes. The motion is therefore carries the day, and Honorable Zake ceases to be a member of the Parliamentary Commission.
MP Zake, nearly a month ago, was accused of belittling the Deputy Speaker Anita Among after he used unfriendly parliamentary language through his social media account.
And is required to come and make an apology in this house in 1 week.
Laib Badege Division Member of Parliament Ojara Mapenduzi, Buyende Woman MP, Annette Nakato, and Geoffrey Macho, who represents Busia Municipality, did not allow the actions of Francis Zake go unnoticed, a move which the Deputy Speaker Anita Among asked the Committee on Rules, Privileges and Discipline to intervene and carry out investigations.
The committee was satisfied that it had jurisdiction to entertain the matter and therefore proceeded to consider the complaint which was referred to it. Several invitations gave the Honorable Zake a reasonable opportunity to be heard. It is not up to the committee to inquire into reasons why the Honorable Zake opted to snub the proceedings.
Despite the considerations by the committee chaired by Bugweri County Member of Parliament Abudu Katuntu that MP Zake should apologize to the House, the MPs amended the report to have MP Zake relieved of his duties of a parliamentary commission. This was adopted. It is now the onus of the National Unity Platform to propose another Member of Parliament to fill the vacant space previously held by Francis Zake.
We are now asking opposition to give us another name of a commissioner.
Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gwitabinji, UBC News.
Thank you so much.
Let's now take a short commercial break, and when we return, we'll be back with more lunchtime news, so stay tuned.
MBs are now bigger MBs only on MTN. When you load a daily bundle of 250 shillings, you no longer get 15 MBs, you get 30 MBs. For 500 shillings, you no longer get 40 MBs, you get 80 MBs. For 1,000 shillings, it's no longer 100 MBs, it's 180 MBs. Dial *150*10# or use the My MTN app to load bigger daily bundles only on MTN. MTN is regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
COVID-19 is still here with us. As Professor Maggie Chigozi states, the time is now for all of us to get vaccinated.
When we have one person who's not vaccinated, it affects everybody around them, most especially the ones close to you. Keep your family safe. Anyone right now who's over 18 should go and get vaccinated.
Because of the new COVID-19 circulating variants like Omicron, it is very important for all of us to be fully vaccinated with 2 doses of the same vaccine type. It's only those getting Johnson & Johnson who receive only a single dose to be fully protected.
Even after vaccination, continue to adhere to all SOPs by wearing a mask properly, covering your mouth and nose, washing your hands regularly with soap and clean water or using an alcohol-based sanitizer, maintaining physical distance of at least 2 meters from others and avoiding crowds. Echa COVID-19, chija kugwa. This message is from the Ministry of Health with support from UNICEF and partners.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial *149*10# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *149*10*5#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *149*10# to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Mirinda.
Grab yourself an ice-cold bottle of Mirinda Orange at any shop or supermarket near you. Mirinda Orange, the taste that makes you go OMG.
It's time to teach. Schools are open. In these days of COVID-19, teachers are not only giving knowledge, but protecting themselves and their students from the virus. As a teacher, you must ensure that students follow the set SOPs of always maintaining a distance of 2 meters from others in classrooms, dormitories, entertainment halls, school vans and playgrounds, wearing a washed and clean mask every day that covers their mouths and noses, and regularly washing their hands with soap and water. In addition to that, you must counsel students about stigma related to COVID-19 and discourage them from violence. Any violence against students from classmates, teachers or parents should be reported immediately to a school administrator or senior woman or man teacher for correction and further guidance. Ensuring everyone's safety is key, so make sure students are out of class by the official closing time. Let's share knowledge, not COVID-19. This message is supported by the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education and Sports, and UNICEF. Stay safe.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial star 149 star 10 hash to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial star 149 star 10 star 5 hash. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial star 149 star 10 hash to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC Lunchtime News. We now take you more into other stories. Water and Environment Walk has today reached Mbale City, covering distance of 200 kilometers out of the 450 kilometers from Kampala to Lira City. The walk by the Ministry of Water and Environment through the Choga Water Management Zone is aimed at highlighting the negative effects of climate change in the country and how the restoration of environment can be tackled in an environmental manner. The Water and Environment Walk is an annual event to mark the Uganda Water and Environment Week celebrations. Preparations are continuing for Manchester
The journey has been successful. We have already completed 200 kilometers and we are remaining with 250. And since we started this journey, I have observed a number of environmental issues that must be addressed, especially between Namutumba, Kibuku district, Budaka district. There's a lot of wetland degradation.
From the day we began, we looked a little weak and shaky, but as we moved on, we kept on gaining momentum.
Maga, we passed there and we made a serious wake-up call to the leaders of that market and the town in general. It was very dirty, but so far they are promised to work on them. We have mobilized and we are creating a serious awareness about climate change, forestry, and water conservation. We have been, from Iganga to Mbale, we have seen a lot of degradation in the environment, most especially in wetland.
Partly the Mount Elgon region, there is high population growth in there, and because of that, there is increased demand for agriculture. People are practicing poor agricultural methods, which are associated to the challenges we are facing, like landslides, massive soil erosion. If you come to River Manafa during the rainy season, it's so dirty, it's so silted. The silt road is so much because of the poor land use practices in the region. Trying to work with communities, with people in these areas, to sensitize them, to train them that if we are sustaining our socio-economic development for today and the future generation, then we have to use these resources wisely in a sustainable manner, working with all stakeholders on the ground.
In other news, government has committed to support financial technologies through building a reliable internet infrastructure for financial inclusion. The Minister of State for ICT, Joyce Nabosa Sebugwawo, while releasing the FinTech Ecosystem Report of 2021, reiterated on the importance of financial technologies in implementing the National Development Plan 3.
I'm very excited.
Government of Uganda prioritized technology advancement as a fundamental pillar to implement the National Development Plan 3, and the need for reliable internet infrastructure has been upheld.
Contribution that fintechs across the different sectors are making on the National Development Plan, especially in promoting financial inclusion, building local innovations, attracting investment.
The report by Financial Technology Service Providers Association indicates an appreciation of financial technologies in sectors of banking operations, digital lending and microcredit, payments, and digital wallets.
So new markets are evolving. There's the regular markets like the Uganda economy, but there's upcoming markets that we're not tapping into, like the regions, the DRC, the South Sudans. We're going in and we're doing trade, but how many fintechs are actually thinking of going in those markets?
Limited capital to support new financial technologies and uncoordinated regulations are affecting the operations of financial technologies.
There's demand. It's just we need to understand why we're not attracting as much funding as we can for capital.
Central Bank believes financial technological evolution has transformed service delivery, enriching customer expectations.
Establish a dedicated fintech office in the National Payment System Department to champion this cause, and we will continue to play our roles variously, and of course including the following: promoting infrastructure development and interoperability, including a national switch to support affordable retail payments, advocating with government and MNOs the increased broadband, internet and telephone coverage, especially in rural areas.
Government intends to leverage on the Financial Payment System Act of 2020 to oversee the smart operations of these financial technologies to ensure public trust. Abdul Nasir Lubwama for UBC.
And in the world of sports, preparations are continuing for Manchester United's final Premier League game of March with. And that brings us to the end of our lunchtime bulletin this 11th day of March 2022. Thank you for being a lovely audience. My name is Wadulo Mark Arnold, but stay tuned for more news in our subsequent bulletin. Have yourselves a great afternoon.